Hello and what's up guys, my name is Steve Crown and welcome to my first impressions of episode 1 and 2 of Fate Apocrypha. And I must say that it was a little bit difficult for me trying to process that this is a new Fate series, and boy is it different. So first two episodes are pretty good, mainly establishing the new type of Holy Grail war we have and introducing the servants, in which we have a pretty good cast of them so far. Also, for those who are wondering if they should watch this new Fate series if they haven't watched any of the previous ones, I would say that yes, you can watch it without feeling lost, but personally I think it's best to be familiar with the other series, whether it be Fate Zero or the other Fate Stay Night adaptations, whether it be the visual novel or the anime. Alright, so now the main difference of this Holy Grail war compared to the usual one we know of with Fate Stay Night is that this time the Holy Grail was stolen during the third war, and with that happening, the fourth and fifth wars from Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night respectively never happened, in which we have this new type of war where we have two factions of servants and masters, being the red faction and the black faction, and they both will fight each other until one of the factions wins, and whoever is left from the previous battles will undergo the usual Holy Grail war that we know of. But not only that, but we also have the inclusion of a 15th servant being ruler, and from what I can tell from episode 2, it seems that rather than having the church being the mediator this time around, the ruler class is the one to watch over the battles to come. So it's definitely an interesting way to change up the formula. Now to talk about the characters we've been introduced so far, and like I said earlier, I really like the cast for this series. For one, we have a bunch of new servants that I never thought we would see in a Fate series, like Shakespeare being a caster, and we also have Vlad Tepes being the leader of the black faction. But not only that, but we have some interesting design choices and characters being represented in the series, like Jack the Ripper being a lolly, and of course one that we're familiar of, like Arthur Pendragon being gender swap, but this time we have his son Mordred, and he is also gender swap, even though Mordred doesn't like to be called a woman as we see in episode 2. The masters are also quite an interesting bunch, and right off the bat we see that there's already some scheming going on within the factions, like already getting prepared to fight one another in the same faction, and as well with the priest of the series planning to get rid of ruler, also happens to be Joan of Arc, or as this series calls her, Jeanne d'Arc, and she also has a weird way of being summoned unlike other servants. She basically took over another person's body, which hopefully we delve deeper into that because I'm quite interested in how that actually happened. And so far I'm really liking the master-servant relationships we have, especially with Sigil and Mordred. Their dynamic together looks like a fun one, and I can't wait to see more of them in the upcoming episodes. Like I said, the first two episodes were mostly set up for the plot and the cast of characters, even though we still have a few characters left to be seen. Also, I really appreciate that we get to see an older Raver in this series, even though he's not the same one we saw in Fate Zero, and he is much older in this series, but it's still good to see him regardless. Now let's talk about one of the few elephants in the room about this series. The first one being that this anime is being produced by A1 Pictures. Now this isn't the first time a Fate series has been produced by another anime studio that isn't ufotable, like Fate Khalid being produced by Silverlink and Fate Grand Order being produced by Leduce, but A1 Studios has a bit of a bad rep within the anime community, and I really don't care about that at all, honestly. Yes, they have made bad adaptations before, and they produced series like SAO, which is just controversial just to be controversial at this point, but I'm not going to judge Fate Apocrypha based on A1's rep, but rather judge A1 for how they adapt the series itself. And so far, I must admit that A1 Pictures is doing a pretty good job so far. Is it like Ufotable's movie quality? No, of course not, but so far I haven't had anything that I felt I needed to complain about with the series. The only thing about A1's animation that I have a gripe about is just trying to get used to their way of animating Fate's fighting styles rather than Ufotable's. It's just something that I personally have to get used to for a Fate series, and I felt the same way with Fate Khalid and Grand Order as well. Now the other elephant in the room is that for anyone outside Japan, this series is being licensed by Netflix, and that means we won't be able to get official subtitles for this series until November. Now the quality will be better because they will most likely be using the Blu-ray version of the series, which will add a couple of touches up to the art and animation, but this means that all of us watching the series now, waiting for it to be simulcast, will be watching the fan subs. And luckily we have the return of unlimited translation works to help bring in the quality subs a day later, but we also have some pretty bad fan subs as well. Funnily enough, I actually watched episode 2 twice today because I watched one of the fan subs, and no offense to them because I do appreciate their hard work, but those subs just weren't very good. So there may be times my reviews for the series will be delayed just due to waiting for proper fan subs. Now the music choice so far has been pretty good. There hasn't been any standout OST from the series thus far, but I do enjoy the sort of medieval take on the OST. Also, I know some people don't like the OP for this series, but I actually enjoy it a lot, and it just adds another song to the list of songs I enjoy from Egoist, and it fits the tone of the series is trying to go for. Ending song is is also nice, but not anything I would go crazy over, just a nice chill song. But overall, I'm just really excited to have a new full series adaptation of the Fate series while waiting for the Heaven's Feel movie and the Fate Extra anime coming later this year. And this year has been very plentiful with the Fate franchise, and I hope it continues to do great. Now let me know what you guys think of Fate Apocrypha so far. Do you guys feel it's way too different for your liking? Do you hate this series just because it's being adapted by A1? Or are you just here for the gender-bent historical waifus? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and let's have a conversation discussing the series. I'm really interested to see more of your guys' thoughts on the series. Anyways, that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of my Fate Apocrypha review and discussions, or you just want to see some of the other Fate related stuff I'm doing with the channel, like my discussions on Fate Grand Order, or my playthrough of Fate Stay Night, which both should be coming out within the next week, or you just want to see the other content I produce, then make sure to subscribe to my channel, or don't, because that's fine as well, and I just appreciate you taking your time to watch my video. Once again, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.